వింగ్స్ ఇండియా 2022 ఏవియేషన్ ఎక్స్పోలో సరస్ మార్క్ 2 విమానం ప్రత్యేక ఆకర్షణగా నిలుస్తోంది. 19 మంది ప్రయాణించే ఈ విమానం పూర్తిగా స్వదేశీ పరిజ్ఞానంతో రూపొందింది. దాదాపు 2000 కిలోమీటర్లు ప్రయాణించగల సామర్థ్యంతో ఈ విమానాన్ని రూపొందించినట్టు నిర్వాహకులు తెలిపారు. అంబులెన్స్ గా ఈ విమానాన్ని వినియోగించే అవకాశం ఉందంటున్నారు. ఇక మరిన్ని వివరాలు మా ప్రతినిధి స్పందన అందిస్తారు.
వింగ్స్ ఇండియా 2022 ఏవియేషన్ ఎక్స్పో హైదరాబాద్ బేగంపేటలో ముస్తాబైంది. ఇక్కడికి మనం వచ్చాము. ఇప్పుడు చూస్తున్నాము మనం సరాస్ మార్క్ 2 ఫ్లైట్ దగ్గర ఉన్నాము. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్పెషాలిటీ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఫ్లైట్?
This is an excellent indigenously developed Saras aircraft with all the modern facilities with respect to propulsion, navigation, controls, and also the interiors what you are seeing today. Okay. It gives you a picture as if you are driving a Mercedes Benz. Okay. So that is a kind of, Another thing this aircraft has got is the complete glass panel display, okay, which is again unique part of this aircraft. Okay. Second thing is it can be used for multiple operations, that you can have a civil aircraft for doing this. It can be modified for other services, like just now we were discussing, it can be converted into air ambulance. Okay. It can be also converted into, for the armed forces, it can be used for transporting their troops, so the internal arrangements can be made modified. Okay. It has a very good range. So in one filling you can travel how much is 2000 kilometers. That is the kind of range you can get about in this kind of
what is the seating capacity?
I think you can have about 19 people. Okay. 19 people easily sit along with their cargo. Okay. So you have a full capacity, and it's very well spaced thing. You don't have a cramping problems. Okay. Completely pressurized cabin, so you have no problem of any breathing problems and things like that. Many aircrafts are there in this field who are not pressurized, and that's why. So we can even fly high altitudes. That's the big at 30,000 feet and above. That gives us advantage of fuel consumption. That gives an advantage of safety and reliability in this form. And it is completely indigenously designed, developed by National Aeronautical Laboratory. So that takes India from what is in the civil aviation sector to a much higher pedestal. Once we do this and we are able to sell it in the market, I'm quite certain that our next project what we are planning is the regional transport aircraft, which is a 70-seater aircraft, for which the design has already been done by a National Aeronautics Laboratory. And I think government is almost ready now to give us clearances for doing this. So that will be a major breakthrough in India's civil aviation sector. So while of course this has been completely indigenously developed, in that probably we will be collaborating with one or two agencies as far as the engine is concerned. Probably India engines we are not manufacturing as on today, but time is not far off when even the engines will be done. There is a good relationship between military aviation and the civil aviation. Tejas has been done by ADA and NAL together, which is already in the armed forces today. The Indian Air Force is flying them in numbers. So the technologies are similar. For example, this aircraft.
Aviation Expo 2022. So
Yeah.
every time you are expecting.
Yeah, this aircraft is completely composite structure, which certainly brings it at par with the best. And by the way, even the raw materials for this, like the carbon fiber and the composite glass and all the resins, are all manufactured in NAL. So you can see the indigenous content being very, very high. So it's one of the, I would say, a proud moment for us to release this kind of aircraft in the air show today. Okay. And I hope there will be partners to manufacture in numbers, and Indian aviation will get benefited for variety of applications by flying Saras Mark 2.
As we said, as Dr. Saraswat said, that it is the one of the unique aircraft. It is one more unique reality is today no aircraft flies at high altitude airfields. Yes. So this has been made in such a way that all short haul applications and high altitude like Kulu, Leh, then Shimla, as well as Pekong, all these airfields, it will be very, very useful to operate, and with the highest load factor. So that way the operationally it will be very beneficial to the airlines. We have, I am proud to say that today we are having one more intent from the ambulance operators. Okay. So she is Dr. Shalini. So she will tell you how she want to operate this aircraft for her medical purpose.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shalini Nalwad, and I have we both are the co-founders, Dr. Rahul Singh Sardar. So at this point of time in the world, there's nothing called a perfect flying ICU, that is a perfect air ambulance, because every aircraft that is coming, we have, as comes with one or the other limitations in terms of space, in terms of economical, in terms of pricing, in terms of manpower, like how many people it can accommodate. I think this is going to be the perfect, both in terms of taking the highest criticality of the patients, fitting in all the equipments, as well as taking as many medical personnel as possible when we're dealing with a very highly critical missions. So, and also this aircraft could be easily used in the disasters as well, because we can take 8 patients at a time in case if there is a casualty evacuation. So for the medical evacuation, this is going to be the perfect answer for us, and we would like to very closely work with NAL in terms of developing it to be the world leaders in air ambulance services.
Every time you are exhibit this flight, or this is the first time?
This is the first time we are looking at this, but we have used like many other aircrafts like B200 and C90s and Learjets. This is kind of has come as a right answer for us.
ICAT is one of the largest air ambulance services of Asia. We have all trained in UK, come back home to set up a very high class air ambulance service. We are very proud to be associated with NAL and developing this aircraft into a flying ICU and a flying operation theatre. It will be one of a kind in the whole world, and we'll be proud to showcase this in all our aeromedical forums and platforms that we take part in very actively across the world. And SARAS, we want to make SARAS a platform which can be looked up to in terms of aeromedical transportation of very critical patients.
I am Dilip Kumar Sahu, STO3 from CSRNL, working for the aircraft maintenance operation and equipping integration. This is the second variant of SARAS. Earlier SARAS was 14-seater with low wing. It is a high wing aircraft with improvisation of capacity, performance, economy, plus regional connectivity of the India's government's UDAN scheme. Yeah, we can make the aircraft for 19 passenger or cargo air ambulance, and you can see the stretchers which can go to medical ambulance issue. There are a lot of benefits for government scheme of UDAN scheme to connect to all 2-tier, 3-tier cities.
How many capacity?
A 19-seater capacity and endurance with all passengers around 750 kilometers. With 7 passengers around 900 kilometers can go, a single stretch. Yeah.
రైట్, చూసారు కదా, వింగ్స్ ఇండియా 2022 ఏవియేషన్ ఎక్స్పో హైదరాబాద్ బేగంపేటలో అద్భుతంగా కొనసాగుతుంది. చాలా మంది విజిటర్స్ వచ్చి ఇక్కడ అన్ని రకాల నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్లైట్స్ వెరైటీస్ ఉన్నాయి, అందరూ చూసి ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తున్నారు. చూసారు కదా, సరాస్ మార్క్ 2 గురించి అక్కడ స్పెషలైజేషన్స్ కానీ వాళ్ళ అధికారులు చాలా బాగా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు. దీంట్లో 19 కెపాసిటీ ఉంది. ఎస్పెషల్లీ ఎమర్జెన్సీ టైంలో అంబులెన్స్ ఫెసిలిటీ కూడా బ్యాక్ సైడ్లో ఉంటుంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ఫస్ట్ టైం వాళ్ళు ఎగ్జిబిట్ చేస్తున్నారు. డెఫినెట్గా ఇది చాలా బాగుంది. నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఎవ్రీ టైం మేము ఎగ్జిబిట్ చేయడానికి రెడీగా ఉన్నామని కూడా వాళ్ళ ఒపీనియన్ చెప్పారు. ఇంకా చాలా నంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్టాల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఫ్లైట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వాటి వెరైటీస్ ఏంటి, వాటి స్పెషలైజేషన్స్ ఏంటి, వాటి సీటింగ్ కెపాసిటీ ఉంది, దాంట్లో ఏమేమి ఉన్నాయో అన్ని కనుక్కోవడానికి చూద్దాం.
So I'm coming for the third time for the Wings India there. So yeah, third time. So we usually attend Aero India and Defense Expo and all like. This for a civil aviation. Now I think India is the third largest civil aviation market will be there, and there are many regional airports are coming up in India. So we are exploring opportunity. There are a lot of stalls over there here. So I think it's a better opportunity for all young engineers to come and visit and get an opportunity and get exposure to the civil aviation market and all that, like after post-COVID. I think second or third time it's happening in Hyderabad itself. Hyderabad is again electronically, strategically, it is a very big hub, I can say it as, after Bangalore. So it's a good place to have host this in Hyderabad, madam.
సో ఇది చూసారు కదా, ఇది వాళ్ళ స్పెషల్. కెమెరామెన్ తేజాతో స్పందన, భారత్ టుడే, హైదరాబాద్.